Welcome to the PALLATT, the podcast about language learning and teacher training by International House London. My name's Ted, and in this episode, I'll be speaking with the head of sales, Shema, about London and what she loves about the city, from the festive spirits around Christmas, big events like the Jubilee, and endless options for things to do for students. Hello, welcome to today's episode of the PALLATT. Today I am talking with Shema about her experiences and tips about London. Hi Shema, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Excellent, thank you very much. So to kick off today's episode, can you tell us 3 words to describe London?
I think there's many words to describe London, but the 3 that pop to my head is probably multicultural, vibrant and safe. That's how I feel anyway.
Oh, okay. And why did you choose those words?
When you look around, obviously living here as well, being born here, it is a multicultural city. You see people from all different, backgrounds. It's vibrant. It's that buzz. London has a buzz to it, It's very vibrant, lively. I don't think you ever get bored in London. When I tend to go outside of London, I do get bored. So I always want to come back home to London. And I've always felt safe living here, I think, I've never felt a time where I felt unsafe, where I can't go out or, So to me, I think it is probably one of the safest cities as well.
Oh, no, that's great. That's great to hear. Yeah, I couldn't agree more on all of those points. So another question to shoot your way. What is your favourite time of year in London? Is it summer, spring, autumn or winter?
I think it has to be Christmas, just because of the whole buzz, the vibe. You've got obviously Winter Wonderland, you've got all the Christmas lights. People just seem to be more happier at that time of the year. It's just the whole atmosphere around that time. So I think that's probably my favourite time anyway, generally.
Yeah, no, London is a very special place during Christmas times. It just feels very magical with all the lights. As you say, everyone's very happy and forgets about everything else.
It's just that joyous occasion, You just forget about things. I think people are a bit more, it's a bit more warmer. I think that's probably the best word I can think to describe it as well.
But yeah, and everyone in London is Christmas crazy. Yeah. The countdowns start from the 1st of September pretty much, so not long to go.
Yeah.
And do you have any events in London that you particularly enjoy? I know you mentioned the Christmas lights and Winter Wonderland. Are they your favourites, or do you have any other events that come to mind?
Yeah, for Christmas time, I would say they probably are. And then in summer, I am quite a tennis fanatic, so I enjoy when we have Wimbledon as well. So I think they're probably the 2 best events, that I personally particularly enjoy in London.
Yeah, fantastic. And another question for you. Do you have a particular museum that you enjoy visiting? Is there one that comes to mind?
I'm not really a museum person, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably say I'd happily visit the National Gallery, simply because I'm more into arts and stuff. And obviously in the National Gallery, they've got, around 2,000 pictures from different, European painters. If it had to be, I had to choose one, I'd probably choose National Gallery. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've never actually been to the National Gallery, so maybe I should.
Oh, haven't you? You should. I think it's good, especially for those that really like arts. It's something you should do. It should be
cool. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And now one of the most important questions, probably. What type of foods do you enjoy eating in London? Is there a particular restaurant, market, place to eat that you enjoy most?
I'm a big foodie, So I enjoy more or less every food. And I think that's also another thing about London is you can find all sorts, to cater for everyone's dietary requirements and everyone's like palate, I think. The good thing obviously is I personally think central London is a great place to find different restaurants. So you've got, you've got options to suit all budgets. And like I said, all dietary requirements, and you've got a variety of options available as well. I don't think I have one particular one. I just enjoy all sorts of food. And the good thing in London is you get to taste foods from around the world, that you probably don't when you go to other countries. They don't have food available from all parts of the world so easily as we do, I think. And I think that's probably one thing we take for granted here as well. Because when you go abroad, and that's when you probably realize, okay, you know what? That's one of the advantages, one of the good things for us here as well. So yeah, I'd probably say central London is the best place to go, and then you just go and explore because they've
Yeah.
got vast, huge variety. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very blessed, aren't we? Yeah, around the school in Covent Garden.
We
I've
are.
tried eating my way around Covent Garden, but there's still a long way to go. And yeah, London's so
Yeah.
multicultural. You turn around the corner, there's like Venezuelan restaurant or Peruvian one, and then you turn around the corner and it's an Indian one. Like there's something for everyone. So
Yeah. There
yeah, we're
is. There's
lucky.
something. Yeah. So for foodies, it's definitely good.
What is your favourite monument, building, or landmark in the city?
Well, I mean, I think Buckingham Palace is probably everyone's favorite. Like, well, one of the things that everyone wants to do. But I'd say Big Ben is probably the most iconic landmark that London has. I always can like when I think of Big Ben, it always reminds me of the Leaning Tower of Pisa for Italy or Eiffel Tower in Paris. So I feel like Big Ben is probably the most obvious symbol of the city, like for the rest of the world. Obviously, it's just recently
Yeah.
been restored as well, so they should have the guided tours and everything available now. But apart from that, I mean, we have quite a few. Obviously, I've mentioned Buckingham Palace. We've got Trafalgar Square as well. There's Westminster Abbey. We've got London Eye, which is great. I think that's another thing which a lot of students tend to want to join, and we do offer in our social program as well. So yeah, that's just to name a few.
No, it's hard to narrow
It
it down,
is,
isn't it?
yeah.
And do you have a favorite park?
It probably has to be Hyde Park, I think. I mean, again, it comes back to that whole Christmas thing as well. So it's one of those parks you tend to go, but even in summer, it's great. I think we've got, a lot of green spaces. So we've got Regent's Park as well. So yeah, we're spoilt for choice there.
Nice, yeah. No, Hyde Park is massive. Has everything, a little
Yeah,
lake, ponds, lots of places to eat and drink around there.
yeah,
So yeah, one of my favourite as well, for sure. And also great for cycling as well. Um, yeah, what do you like doing in your free time in the city? I know you said you're a foodie, and yeah, what do
you've
your weekends
always
tend to
got
be like?
something to do in London. I don't think people will ever get bored. There's always obviously things to explore, restaurants to try, places to go visit. We've got a lot of places, even just outside of London as well, which are easy accessible for day trips as well. So, I mean, yeah, there's always something to do. I can't really name one particular thing. It's just a range of things. Like, even I think for people who are born here, for us, we still to this day have loads of things which we probably haven't seen either that we just try and use take advantage of and try and visit in our free times as well. So if we haven't, then I'm sure obviously for tourists or students, there's plenty, more than enough. They won't ever get bored. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah, no, you can always explore so
Yeah,
much. I mean, I barely know London, for example. It feels like a completely different city to me, and I'm sure people in East London feel the same about West, North,
North.
or
Yeah,
South London. So
yeah.
yeah, never get bored. And do you have any insider tips for students visiting the city? Is there one particular hidden gem or activity that, students might not know about?
I'd say Alexandra Palace. I think it's one of those that probably isn't mentioned as much, but it's because I live near there. It reminds me of like when you go Hampstead Heath and you've got the skyline of London. You've got the same thing here as well. They've also got ice rink, so if you want to do some ice skating in the summer, they tend to have outdoor catering available. They host various events here as well, like darts tournaments. I can't think from the top of my head, but there's so many different things that go on here, and I just don't think people know about it enough. And obviously, it's in North London. It's close enough. It's free. They've got beautiful gardens here as well. In summertime, just to go and even have a picnic or something, with your friends. So yeah, I'd probably say Alexandra Palace. People should explore it more.
That's a great tip. Yeah, I think it often gets
Yeah.
forgotten about, maybe because of
Yeah.
Hampstead Heath and it's slightly further north. But yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
worth the trip for anyone
Definitely.
coming to visit London. Do you have a most memorable London moment from all your time living in London, or from recent years?
I think recently the Jubilee, it was quite good. I don't think it's one of those things which we don't know if we're ever going to see again. So it was really good, I think. And also like how everyone went about it. Everyone had street parties. It kind of brought the community, like wherever you're living, it brought people together no matter which, faith or background or wherever they're from. So I think that was really good. And it felt special as well. Just walking around, you could feel whenever there's things like that, I mean, people's attitude just changes instantly and you kind of forget about everything else for that day at least. And you just enjoy it, you're in that moment. So I think that was good. Obviously, we had the Olympics as well, which was great because not everyone gets that opportunity to be able to go and, say that they've seen or been to one of the Olympic Games or something. So we were lucky enough to have that here as well. So yeah, I think they're just the two I can think of from the top of my head right now. But I think I enjoyed the Jubilee that happened recently. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I was away for the Jubilee, so I did miss out on all the street
No,
parties and everything. But it is, yeah, such a
it was
rare, special
great.
occasion. Yeah, it's very historic. So I think
Yeah.
everyone will remember where they were for the Jubilee. Unfortunately, I was away.
Yeah.
But people remember.
I think it's one of those things that everyone, like you said, is just going to remember. And because people realized it was just a one-time thing, they went above and beyond to make it special as well, which was great because we don't really get to do much of that. And also, like with the pandemic and everything, it's kind of something which I think we needed as well. So it was a good feeling. There was a great vibe in London at that time, and obviously we had people from all around the world who tried to come and visit as well to enjoy as well. So yeah, I think that's probably one of the best ones.
Oh, fantastic. And to wrap up this episode, why should
Yeah.
students choose to study in London?
Well, the first thing, which I've probably been saying so much in this, is you're never going to get bored. There's always something to do. And I think the good thing is for students, there's plenty of free things to do as well. Because obviously, if they're paying already for their course, their accommodation, they can explore more of London and they don't have to spend that much on it. I think London obviously is the perfect place for them. They've got access to the world-class education. They can start off by doing their general English courses or IELTS preparation courses with us and then move on to universities. It is an international city and, they've got world-class education here. We've got really good universities here as well. The social life is great. It's not bad here either. Like I said, it's very vibrant, it's very lively. We've got a lot of great green spaces. There's a lot of parks, gardens for them that they can enjoy picnics in summer as well. We've got the special winter wonderland in Christmas, so I think we've got something for every season as well available for them here. So yeah, there's more than plenty for them to do, and I think it's the perfect place. Sometimes they can even start a career here. They'll start studying with us, and then they'll move on to bigger things, and who knows, they might even start their career here as well.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, without being too biased, London is the place to be. So
Yeah, definitely.
that is, that
No,
is
for sure.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shema. Really appreciate your kind of input and sharing your experiences and thoughts of the city. I'm sure
That's
our
okay.
listeners will really appreciate it, and hopefully they'll come and make the most of some of those tips you gave them.
Let's hope so.